Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. And if you're not familiar with that hop, it is a monthly hop on the last Wednesday of every month. And Crystal Barrett, our own Pineapple Papers, has been hosting for several years this hop where you go to your Pinterest board where you've saved all those pins that you intended to do something with, and you let one of those pins inspire, one or more of those pins inspire a layout. So I'm taking the easy route in that I've actually picked a layout to scrap lift. Mine's going to be a little bit different. But it's by Vicki Parker for Hip Kit Club design team. And she's got these are actually squares of paper that are distressed and glued that form these stripes. I actually cheated and took a striped paper, cut it in half, and I cut it in half at the lime green. And one side had darker colors, one side had lighter, but they're the same tones of colors, just different depths. And I'm gonna lay out my strips like this, and I'm actually gonna stencil on the sunburst. And so I've kind of dry fitted these to where I intend for them to go, and now I'm going to do the stenciling. I've taped the stencil on there, so let's kind of keep this handy, and I'm gonna do this. I want the main color to be this mustard seed. And I'm gonna just kind of stencil it on with this ink blender brush just to get it kind of smooth and velvety. And I want to make each ray just a little bit different, I think, from the next one. Some will be darker at the top, some will be darker down at the bottom, and the bottom probably won't ever show because it is it's going to be under the panel there, or the photo or something. Okay, so as soon as I'm done with these going this way, well, let me next add just a little bit of twisted citron. Just kind of down one side. It's going to be barely noticeable, but I can see what I can see that it's there. So I think that I like that. Hopefully it'll look good when I lift the stencil. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, now I'm going to move this down, kind of like so. Let me kind of get an idea of how that's going to look. I want it to look like it's all one stencil, and I also want it inside the margin of the paper. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll go through and do, whoops, this. I started to trace these onto some paper and then cut out the paper, use it kind of as a template for cutting out the shape out of paper. And I also have a die, but the die is too small. It's a lot smaller than I needed to give the impact to the page that I wanted. And I think this is actually maybe gonna have more impact, be more a feature of the page than the original. And let's see if we can go up and get some of that on there. The reason I'm doing this lime green is because the lime, because of the lime green in the stripes. Kind of want that. Okay, so that one's a lot more green than the others. Let's see if I think that's going to be enough. I don't need to do any coming down. Okay, now, in my page, that I really love, one of the things I loved about the original, and let me pull that up. Where did it go? I have misplaced it. Here it is. One of the things I like is that with all that color, there's a lot of black. There's stitching around the rays. There's some stitches across the top. And of course, the flowers are black and white. And there are some black splatters around. So I'm going to try to do most of those things. Let's get this down there. I think this is where I wanted to start. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'll put it down like so. Let me see if that works. Put that, let's get that and that. I've alternated the different stripes, and I've also turned them so that the green isn't on the green is on the pink, and pink isn't on the pink, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's going to be that. I probably want to start it here. Let me get that kind of nailed down there. And then I'm going to do this one just slightly overlapping that one. And I'm just going to line them up. Okay, so I need this one next. And this is going to go like that, I think. It keeps worrying me. I'm not liking necessarily how that's looking. There we go. And I'm going to put this here. And that gives me this spot over here. For a title. I'm actually thinking I'm going to do another stencil, and if I can find the stencil, I'll do another. Okay, I'm going to do it I'm going to start with this big one right here and just do it up to there. Let me get I'm holding this instead of having taped it. And now I'm going to add some green in this. I left a lot of spots kind of open, so this lime green should show nicely on here. Okay, there. And it's very different from the original. I'm not sure how I can balance it. I'm not happy with it even with this. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I might bring the photo down a bit. That will leave me I was going to do a stitch, stamp some stitches across here, and then this looks stitched. I could put it on right under that stitching and kind of prop it up a bit. So let's see if we can do that. I'm just going to leave the photo kind of sitting there, and worry about gluing it down later. Okay, so there's that stitching, and it's kind of, and I can do this, and what I'm going to do is put it on a strip of foam all along that top line where the stitching is. Kind of put it, and it shouldn't show. This photo, by the way, is my brother and one of his granddaughters, and she was so thrilled to have Pawpaw at her game, and I grabbed this photo off of Facebook or Instagram, posted by Malie's mom, and her dad is like, I don't know, 8 months younger than James, and they were best buddies when they were kids. I'm gonna do that right there, and then that kind of tells me where my photo should go. I'm going to put it just right there, and I'm going to put a little bit of foam over on this side of it. To bring it up even with all this stack of papers. Okay, so I need the foam here. Let's see. I'm going to look at the original again. The original is well onto there, but proportionally my strips aren't as wide as those. So I'm not gonna have it as far in. Or do I want it? Maybe like so. But then the foam is a little too wide. Let's do this. We'll cut the foam down and we'll put it where the foam hits right. It hits properly. Okay, let's do this. Can I put it in? That's how far I can put it in with that foam. I'm going to do this. I think the placement of the embellishments will be better if I do this. Okay, I've got that, and I've got this that says making stuff happen, and I'd kind of like it so that it was so that it's kind of under that. I'm not crazy about this, so I'm just trying some things out. That could work. It could work kind of like this. Moments making stuff happen kind of seems like a title, subtitle sort of thing. And then this could hide that. Okay, that's what I'm going to do, folks. I've got it. I've got it now. Actually, here's the deal. I want to add some stitching to the sun rays, or should I just outline them in a black pen? And I also know that what I want to do here is cover that open spot with this butterfly. Do I want stitches on each of those, or do I want to outline them? I'm going to outline them with stitching. I'm not going to take a chance on this. There's a lot of separate stampings, like 12, and I don't want to take a chance on those, not on messing this up. Let's just kind of say it that way. So I will show you what I'm going to do, and then I'll finish it off camera. I'm just going to kind of go like that. And let's see, I've got a hair there. Okay, so I will finish that off camera. Let's just get this guy finished right now. I'm gonna put this right here, and I'm gonna cover up some of that stitching, which is fine. Okay, there we go with making stuff happen. And then I've got this guy, and I will find a little word to put on here. nothing essential to the page, but I'll probably do that off camera. There. And now, I know for sure this wants to go here. So I'm going to put it on some foam and let her rip. I love this photo. I have a handsome brother. He looks very much like my handsome daddy. And his handsome son, my handsome son. They all look like my dad. And that's a good thing. I'm gonna kind of go with this one kind of flying off the page, the sort of strips there. I'm gonna kind of curl these strips up a bit. Okay, there, that's going there with the wing kind of, there we go. It's kind of, the wing is kind of under that, and I guess that's good enough. That's not good enough. It's not far enough in to the page. Okay, there. It's not good. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. I'm going to put it right there. And the wings will go over the stitching. Okay, now I'm just going to kind of place these around. I don't want to cover those things, so I'm kind of going to do this. I do want some foam underneath there, though, so that it kind of sticks up. It doesn't have to be a lot of foam, but we'll kind of do it that way. I was going to dry fit, and then of course I went all the way to adhesive. Okay, so that will go there. This one I want to put up next to the photo, kind of like so. Because I've got two flowers and quite a few little embellishment thingies there. But I do want it to appear like it's coming out from under. Okay, so that's good. And then I've got this one, which could maybe go here. I'll do that. I was afraid I wouldn't have enough of the fussy cut flowers, but I actually have more than I need, and I'm still going to use them. Let's go. This is the other half of that. Okay, that's there. And then I was thinking I'd put that there, kind of around the photo. And then where is this one gonna go? Maybe here, underneath the photo there. And then we'll just leave the color showing there. Okay, so a little bit of glue on here. And we scooch it up under there. And then this one. Okay, I'm going to call it done. Let's pull the original out here. I think I've stayed kind of true to it. I have 2 butterflies and flowers and leaves. They've got 3 butterflies. There's one right there. And I don't think I'm going to do that because I want my stitching to show. I'm just going to leave it like this. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next month when I pull another Pinterest pin. This, I think I told you, this is a Hip Kit Club pin, and it's a design team project by Vicki Parker. So it's amazing. Vicki is amazing, and just about everything that she does is something I wish I could do. And I scrap lift her a lot, as you probably noticed. Okay, I'm gonna call it quits and go to work. Thanks for watching. Bye.